Have a good day, everyone. Welcome to our module in Computer System Servicing for Grade 12, entitled Creating Organizational Unit in Windows Server 2008 R2, under Learning Outcome 2, entitled Configure Network Services. This module is for Quarter 2, Week 4, Day 1. Learning Objectives. At the end of the learning period, the student should be able to A. Define organizational unit in the server network. B. Know the use of organizational unit in the server network. And C. Configure organization unit. Before we proceed to our lesson, let's answer the pretest. Directions. Find the steps on how to go to the following screen below. Select the letter of the correct answer inside the box. The question is, how to start the Active Directory users and computers snap in? The answer is Step 1. Letter B. Click Start. Step 2. Letter A. Point to Administrative Tools. Step 3. Click Active Directory Users and Computers. Step 4. Right-click on Domain Name. Step 5. Letter E. Click New. Step 6. Letter F. Click Organizational Unit. Now, let us have a recap of our previous lesson relevant to our topic. Directions. Fill in the blanks. Steps to install DNS server. The answer is, you go to number 1, Start. Number 2, Control Panel. Number 3, Administrative Tools. Number 4, Server Manager. Number 5, Expand and click DNS Server. Number 6, click on Roles. The new window will open with a list of roles available to install. Number 7, select Add Roles. Number 8, and click Next. Click Next on the introduction windows. In the last window, number 9, click on Install, and number 10, it will start installation. Let's proceed to our lesson. What is organizational unit? Organizational unit is a container in Active Directory domain that can contain different objects from the same AD domain. Other containers, groups, user, and computer accounts. Active Directory OU is a simple administrative unit within a domain on which an administrator can link group policy objects and assign permissions to another user. Thus, we can distinguish two main tasks when using OU, except for storing objects in Active Directory. Number 1. Delegation of management and administrative tasks within the domain to other administrators and users without granting them the domain administrator permissions. Linking group policies to all objects in this OU when Windows Server 2008 is promoted to domain controller. In Active Directory users and computers snap in, by default, only one organizational unit with the name of domain controllers is created. Rest, other containers are not organizational units, and therefore, no group policies can be applied on them. However, administrators can create their own organizational units and place the object according to the geographical locations or departments in them. After administrators have created organizational units and have placed the objects in them, they can then use Group Policy Management Console to create and apply group policies on them. To create an Active Directory organizational unit, your account must have domain admin's rights, or it must be delegated the permissions to create a new OU in the entire domain or in a specific container. Open the Active Directory Users and Computers snap-in and select the domain container in which you want to create a new OU. We will create a new OU in the root of the domain. As a system administrator in any client-server Active Directory environment, if you want to create a new organizational unit, you are required to follow the steps given as below. Number 1. To start the Active Directory Users and Computers snap-in, click Start, point to Administrative Tools, and then click Active Directory Users and Computers. Step 2. To create organizational unit, right-click on domain name, example tech.local, and click New and then click Organizational Unit. Step 3. Type name of new objects and click OK. Note, you can create your own data or information. Step 4. As you see, new organizational unit has been created. Same way, you can create child OU under IT Users OU. Step 5. To create user, right-click on IT Users OU and click New and then click User. Step 7. Type password for the user and click Next. In this screen, you can also set up for important setting with checking up checkbox. Step 8. Create user by clicking Finish. Step 9. You are now created an account under Asim Alili in the IT Users OU. This is just an example. You can create your own. Step 10. To add additional information about this user or configure setting, double-click on User, example, Asim Alili, or right-click on that and select Properties. Step 11. To create group, right-click on IT Users OU and click New and then click Group. Step 12. Type group name, group scope, and type for that and click OK. Step 13. IT group created. Step 14. To add member to that group, double-click on that groups and click Members. Click Add and type name for that user and click OK. Step 15. Add, click, and OK. Step 16. If you can enter the user properties under Member of tabs, page show IT group name. Let's proceed to activities. Directions. Create your own organizational unit, new object, input your own data of information. You must fill up all the information needed. This is the sample answer. Under create in, we have techblog.local/IT users. The first name is Asim, last name is Alili, full name is Asim Alili. The user logon name is asim.alili at techblog.local. User logon name is techblog Asim Alili. Let's proceed to the summary of our lesson. Wrap up. What is organizational unit configuration? To create an Active Directory organizational unit, you need to have an account to domain admins or have the rights to be delegated the permissions to create a new OU. Organizational unit is a container in Active Directory domain that can contain different objects from the same AD domain. Active Directory OU is a simple administrative unit within a domain on which an administrator can link group policy objects and assign permissions to another user. Two main tasks when using OU, except for storing objects in Active Directory: delegation of management and administrative tasks within the domain to other administrators and users without granting them the domain administrator permissions. Linking group policies to all objects in this OU. Administrators can create their own organizational units and place the objects according to the geographical location or departments in them. In valuing, you integrate the values you have learned by answering the question. You may answer this on your digitized worksheet. The question is, we have learned how to install organizational unit. Briefly discuss the function of organizational unit in organizational networking. Let's proceed to post-test. Directions. Read each statement below carefully. Write T if the statement is correct and F if wrong. Number 1. Organizational unit is a container in Active Directory domain that contain different objects from the same AD domain. The answer is true. Number 2. To create an Active Directory organizational unit, your account must have domain admin's rights. The answer is true. Number 3. Domain is a simple administrative unit within a domain on which an administrator can link group policy objects and assign permissions to another user. The answer is false. Number 4. In Active Directory users and computers snap in, by default, many organizational unit with the name of domain controllers is created. The answer is false. Number 5. Administrators can create their own organizational units and place the object according to the geographical location or departments in them. The answer is true. If you got all the answer correctly, good job. If not, just continue learning. That is the end of our lesson. Thank you and see you again on the next module.